Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Form of Therapy. My name is PD, and today we're going to be checking out Xdinary Hero's latest comeback. This is Night Before the End. What an ominously dark title. I love it. Are we going to be getting perhaps another Screamo level song? Possibly, possibly not. Either way, I know I'm going to love it, but I have to admit, I reacted to Instead recently, which you should definitely check out my reaction for that, but I loved that. Xdinary Heroes, I've been really enjoying them for a while now. The Xmas album in particular was kind of like a big turning point for me, but I think this year in particular, especially that troubleshooting album, Night of the Fireworks, is one of my favorite songs, not even just within the realm of Xdinary Heroes, but just of all time. It's been a very healing process, just as a person for me. So I've been loving the X music this year. With that in mind, let's go ahead and check out Night Before the End. Here we go. Whoa. What? I can't make out. Is that just hair or do they have a mask? It's a mask. Okay. I'm gonna immediately turn this up.
What if I'm wrong and I got everything all wrong? Then what?
Oh, he's falling through the sky. Oh.
차라리 잔인하게 너만 생각하길 원해. Hey me, 그래야 나도 편해. 내가 먼저 널 놓을 거야. 남겨지는 게 쉬우니까. The night before falling. I don't worry for love is. 어떤 말로도 풀리지 않는 숨겨버린 story. 너무 아플 것 같은 마지막을 남겨두기. Let's just live it tonight. Just like that, we can fall out of love. 숨이 막힐 것 같은 눈빛.
Wow.
어긋나버린 순간들을 They don't know, but we already know. 사랑이라는 말에 갇혀 억지로 견디는 거라면 It's all gone. What is it for? 그냥 솔직해지는 거야. 시작할 때도 그랬듯이. The night before falling. I don't worry for love.
Wow. What an incredibly moving transition. Wow.
Let's just live it tonight.
Wow.
The night before falling, I don't worry for love is. 어떤 말로도 풀리지 않는 훔쳐버린 story. 너무 아플 것 같은 마지막을 남겨두기. Let's just live it tonight. There's no time for less out of love.
Live and fall, huh? Wow. Just wow. Wow, Xdinary Heroes. So I I asked myself, are we gonna be getting more Screamo? Uh and in a way, we got the same emotions. It feels like your heart is screaming out. It's very, very painful. It's an extremely it's a dark song, but not in the way that I thought it would be. It's very dark in a very sad, somber way. Um, Night Before the End. So that title is speaking to this moment in time, basically the night before you break up. I think the opening shot of the person standing on the edge right before they jump off is very symbolic of the night before. Them crashing to the ground is essentially the end of it, the end of the break, the end of the relationship. And the night before is before you take that leap. And there's a lot of interesting symbolism in this music video. It's simple yet moving. I think it's one of their more moving and symbolically powerful music videos. And I think you need that gentle touch. A lot of the symbolism is it's pretty subtle, but at the same time, I think it evokes all the right emotions. It makes you hit on some beautiful things. Like I think the butterfly is symbolic of, when you're in a relationship, it feels like you're flying, and with your partner, you feel like you can fly anywhere. And the symbolism of it burning and the wings burning too feels one both beautiful but also very sad and bittersweet. The way it burns and turns to ash. I also think the symbolism of, I guess it's not symbolism, but the imagery of the person standing on the ledge before they jump off. The reason they wear a mask is because they also have the different members switch between that role as we see them falling through the air, which that is such haunting imagery, is it not? It feels so empty. There's a sense of inevitability as they're falling. They take that leap, and it's I think immediately already one of my favorite Xdinary Heroes title tracks. So let's go ahead and let's watch that again. Wow. Love the transition of the hand wiping to revealing.
Everything around, then what? Then what? 차라리 잔인하게 너만 생각하게.
And there's this sense of what feels like remaining love for the other person. I'd rather you hate me, but it also is a sense of, I think, selfishness on their own part. This sort of cowardice of they don't want to confront these feelings, so I'd rather have you hate me first. It's a very complex song, and they even say a tangled story that no words can unfold. There's, of course, the symbolism of falling out of love as well as literally falling here. Darkest zone ahead. There's like a billboard right there. Feels like they're almost running through their memories. It feels like different. there's all these different sceneries, like the stained glass of the butterfly, the spotlights turning on here and there. I think there's even like a couch setup. It feels like they're running through their memories, like having a good memory here, a bad memory there, like the little lights turning on and off. That's so very beautiful the way they portray that. Oh, it says no exit and then it burns. Oh, it's interesting. What a brilliantly haunting transition. The butterflies flying off of their back, and as they look, like it draws your attention to what they're looking at as well. And it's just a hard cut of the close up on this giant butterfly behind them as it's slowly pulling out while it's on fire. This is an incredibly beautiful set. God. And then they mix in. So there's this is especially beautiful because they mix in both practical and CG elements here. So it looks like there's sparks flying in the air. The ones flying in the air in the foreground is all CG, but then they also, it's not in every shot, but they have it here. I've seen it before. I don't know exactly what it's called. It's not even necessarily a production thing, but there's this thing behind Konir, the drummer, that's spinning, that's letting off sparks. It's not in every shot that I noticed for their performance scene here, but in some of them that they do. So it's creating sparks in the background, and it's also creating spark, and they're adding CG sparks in the front. Wow. Oh, and the way the whole ground burns up is incredible. God, these slow motion close-up shots are so incredible. It's the time, the last hour of love. The song is effectively placing everything in just, it's a moment essentially, the night before the end. Because when you break up, it's over tomorrow, right? So today is like the last moment that you're together. It's the last hour of love. I think the lyrics and the story and the setting that they place are pretty complex. Like it's not just a straightforward breakup. There's a sense of selfishness within the selflessness. Like they don't necessarily want to confront these painful feelings as they demonstrate in the lyrics, of the pain of putting it all behind. But also they don't want to be trapped by or imprisoned by this word of love. So they want it to end, but they also don't want it to end. So rather than just break it off clean, there's also this idea of, I want you to be selfish and prioritize yourself and just hate me. That way I'll feel comfortable. But ultimately, that's coming from a place of a cowardice of your own to confront the feelings. And they're saying, like, let's leave it tonight. Like, it's not even going through with it. It's just falling. It's just like, let's just end it right here and there. And there's a sort of psychological selfishness in them telling them, I want you to be selfish by just hating me. Instead of just, I guess there's no good way to ever just break up, right? It's painful either way. But I think that's very, very interesting. The sort of dichotomy of emotions that this song demonstrates. Very beautiful, beautiful music video, beautiful song. Painful, gutting. It is. It's, I think, one of their most beautiful title tracks. It's like if you took their B-side Good Enough and made it a title track. Like, Good Enough, first of all, is one of their best songs. If you're watching this, you're most likely an Xdinary fan. You've already heard it. But if, you're just randomly stumbling upon this video, go listen to Good Enough. It's just an incredibly powerful song. I think it's a song that's good enough to be a title track on its own, but it's not written necessarily in that catchy pop way. It is it's just that good of a song that I think it could just do really well by connecting with people. But it feels like if Good Enough got the pop treatment, a bit more of a catchier, palatable structure, as well as having more of that emo rock vibe. Good Enough doesn't necessarily have the emo rock vibe, but they both have this, like, in the sound, that is, and in like the emotional resonance of both pieces, they both have this sense of just emptiness and this hollowness. And I think Good Enough is one of their saddest fucking songs. And I think this is right up there. It really takes the cake. For their title tracks, I feel like they've either gone for, I don't know, they've done a couple of, just a few, like, sad ones. Like, especially the one where they're starting off in the sewer. But I feel like this is, especially because of the simplicity of it, this is probably their saddest piece. They usually, they always go for dark emotions. Like, Freaking Bad is, not the most positive of songs, right? But they always have some kind of, like, I don't know, loudness, Strawberry Cake, a gutsiness to it. There's always something very either irreverent or fun. But it feels like, especially this year in particular, as they've put in some time as a band now, they're taking some risks and going for a much more mature approach, both with Instead and Night Before the End. Neither of them go for the straight up K-pop, outwardly pop approach like they did with their older stuff, or even like somewhat recent stuff like Freaking Bad. And they're hoping that the good music and the emotions really sell it. And personally, I love a good cry. So I love it. I love it. I'm definitely going to be checking out the Live and Fall album. I'm going to do a listening party for that on my Patreon next month. So if you want to see my reaction for that, you can tune in. I'm going to have the link in the description. But thank you for checking out Night Before the End with me. Let me know what you guys think about the music video, about the song. How do you guys especially like Night Before the End for a title track? I think it is could have been a B-side on any of their other albums, but I'm very moved and astounded that it's the title track for this album. And it really gives me an interesting expectation for what this album is going to be like. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to your comments as well. If you want to support the channel for free, you can always subscribe over here. Check out our other videos up here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye.